What's up, planner babes? It's your girl Cam, and I'm back with another plan with me. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I hope you find some inspiration here and that you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss any more videos right here on Piece of the Plans. If you're already a part of the Piece of the Plans fam, thank you so much for joining and welcome back. All right, planner babes. Do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on this week? It's Game of Thrones week. I am excited. Yes, I am. Game of Thrones is one of my all-time favorite shows. What? Yes. And Game of Thrones comes back on Sunday, April 14th, and I have been waiting for this day since, 2 years ago when it left? Oh, I can't. Okay, so I bought this beautiful Game of Thrones kit from Willowfields. I have shared some of her stickers before on my channel in my A5 planner, but she had a really big sale, I think last year. And so I tried to catch this, or it may have been the year before. Anyway, I bought it a while back, and I knew I wanted to use it when they started the final season, season 8, the final chapter. Oh yeah. Okay, so look at these beautiful full boxes, y'all. Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. You've got the Mother of Dragons, you've got the White Walker, you've got the dragon, the swords. Oh, it's just screaming Game of Thrones. Now, if you don't like Game of Thrones, it's okay. We still gonna plan. We still gonna plan. But if you don't like Game of Thrones, I wonder why, because it's really a very good show. Yeah, it is. So much drama, intrigue. Oh, the mind games, the action, the costumes, the writing, the music. Oh, if I could play the Game of Thrones music, if I could play the Game of Thrones soundtrack throughout this entire video while I'm planning, I would. If I would not get in trouble with YouTube and the writers of that song, I would, because I love that song. But anyway, I digress. Full boxes. You've got some day covers. You've got some washi strips, bottom washi here that we're going to use. We've got some date numbers. We've got some heart check boxes, and I'm probably going to use just a few of these. We've got some appointment labels, I guess TV shows, packages, phone calls, workout, car stuff. Hello Weekend. I love that weekend banner. That's very pretty. You've got some icons. You've got some like scallop type checklists. You've got some little clip art. And I may save this for another planner, or I might use it. It just depends on how things turn out. We'll see how it goes. And then we've got some boxes for your sidebar. You've got some habit trackers, some 3 heart check boxes, and some more hearts and things like that. You've got some beautiful glitter, which I may use, some headers that say to do today littles, and you've got other headers that you can use in your sidebar or wherever. You've got some half boxes and some beautiful washi strips. These are washi strips right there. Okay, so if you want to see how all of this beautifulness comes together for Game of Thrones week, just keep watching. All right, planner babes, let's get into it. So I'm curious to know how many of you are Game of Thrones fans out there, or if you're like some people that I know and you hate it. I know some people that can't stand it, and I know some people who love it more than I do. So I'm curious to know, who are the Game of Throners out there? So this week I went in with my little post-it notes and wrote down what my activities are for this coming week, because I do have a super busy week coming up at work. So I mean, this is primarily my work planner. So I'm going to move these things out of the way and try to keep them in order so I can remember which tasks go with which day. Wow, so I don't know how these cuts are gonna do because I've had this kit for some time now. All right, let's see, this is the second half of the week that I just pulled up. Oh yeah, that looks like that's gonna fit perfectly. No white out necessary. I love it. Yes, honey. Woo, perfect. All right, let's do the first side of the week. First half of the week. These stickers pulling up kind of crunchy though. I mean, they're coming up. They're coming up crunchy. Okay. So I'm going to try to tell you the top 5 things I like about Game of Thrones while I'm planning. But I'm nervous because that might get me distracted. Well, let's see. Okay. So I guess number 5 would be the action. Because it's very much an action show. They have lots of fights and battles and wars and all that good stuff. And who doesn't like a good action movie every now and then? I don't think I really enjoyed action movies until I started dating my husband. My husband is an action movie like fan for real. And I never really was into action movies that much until we started dating and going out. And, you know, he wanted to see action movies and I wanted to be with him. So I went with him to see action movies. And of course, he would take me to see what I call chick flicks, you know, too. But, you know, it was kind of half and half. When we went to the movies, half of the time we went to see things that he wanted to see that I wasn't really crazy about. And then half of the time he went to see things that I wanted to see that he wasn't really crazy about. So that was really cool that we could do that. All right, so I'm going to put this bottom washi down. And I'm going to cover up these flowers because they're just not matching my theme for this week. And it fit perfectly across there. I'm going to use this other piece. And I just cut, this was one big washi strip. And I think this was designed to fit the Erin Condren planner. But, you know, if you know anything about planners, then you know that the Erin Condren and the Happy Planner are not designed the same. And I'm saying this because I do have some people that visit this channel that are new to planning. So if you're new to planning, Erin Condren is a very popular planner. It's a spiral bound planner. And a lot of sticker shops design their kits to fit that particular planner, the Erin Condren, because it is so popular and so widely used. So that's what this washi tape was cut for. So this washi tape was cut for that. But I just cut it a little bit smaller because the bottom part of the Happy Planner is smaller than the EC or the Erin Condren. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my favorite little pink bow washi from Simply Gilded. I'm going to set that up across these green lines because they don't match my layout. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to continue telling you my favorite things about Game of Thrones. Okay, so I said action. The next thing I love about it is or are the costumes. Okay, so I am a theater person. I write plays, I perform in plays. I was in plays in high school, in college, growing up in church I did plays. So I'm very into theater arts. And so when I see a play or a movie or even a TV show, I'm drawn to the things that I know make the production strong. And one of the things that makes Game of Thrones so strong to me is the costuming. I love the costumes. I love anything really that is historical fiction or fiction based on the past, or loosely based on past history. Anything about, you know, medieval times, or even slavery times, or civil rights times, or all of that. It just fascinates me. I'm fascinated by the past, and especially because I think about how difficult it must have been to live in those time periods before we had the technology that we have now. So anyway, back on the costumes. I love the costumes if they seem to be authentic and really fit the time period well, which most costume designers work really hard to make sure their costumes are authentic. So that's the fourth thing I love about Game of Thrones. The costumes are the bomb, and they speak so clearly about the character. For example, if a character wears soft, flowing clothes, you know, or you know, pink clothes or white clothes, or very soft pastel colors, they're trying to communicate something to you about that character. If the character wears sharp red clothes or black clothes, or burgundy, or they're always dressed in battle regalia, they're trying to communicate something to you about that character with their clothing. So I just think that the costume designers with Game of Thrones just do a great job really capturing the personalities of the characters with their costumes, and I love it. And I really pay attention to that when I'm watching. So that's number 4, the costumes. Okay, number 3 would have to be the music. I love the score that they come up with for the different episodes. It just sets the mood, it sets the tone, it sets the pace for what's happening. And I think they designed or created the music so well to fit the story of Game of Thrones. So I love the music, and I was listening to the theme song to Game of Thrones on my way to work one morning. And it had me so pumped up by the time I got to work. I was like, I could not listen to that on my way to work anymore, because it just puts me in like a hype type of mood, you know, thinking about, because it makes me think about the characters and the storyline in Game of Thrones. So that's number 3, the music. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to start putting down the full boxes, and let's see here how I want to do this, because I still want to have a lot of white space, but I also want to make sure that I get in some of these gorgeous boxes. Okay, before I put in the full boxes, let me get another strip of sticker paper to go down this side. So hold on one second. Okay, so number 2, the number 2 reason why I love Game of Thrones is for the one-liners. The one-liners that if you say them to someone, they know exactly what you're talking about when you say that line. Like, you know nothing, Jon Snow, or winter is coming, or this is not really a one-liner, but Mother of Dragons. You know exactly what people are talking about when they say that. And if I think of some more one-liners, I may put them on the screen somewhere during this video. But the writers, you know, the screenwriters, they're really good. They get some good one-liners in there that are very memorable, that just make the show very interesting to watch. All right, so now I've got that sidebar piece in there, and I think I'm ready to start putting the full boxes in. Okay. I think I want to use just a few check boxes, but before I do that, I want to make sure I leave a box to indicate the day that Game of Thrones starts, and also I want to use this really pretty weekend banner, which I love. Okay, so let's put the weekend banner down, only because I might get caught up and forget to do it later, and then I'll be mad at myself for not using this cute weekend banner, because every Etsy shop does not have cute weekend banners, and I like a cute weekend banner, so since this one is cute, I want to make sure I use it. Okay, it says hello weekend, and I just want to put it right here, and I just wanted to make sure I did not forget to use it. Okay, and then on Sunday I want to put one of these really cute half boxes where I'm going to write down that Game of Thrones is on. So what color shall I use? Let's use this darker pink, and let's put it down here at night because that's when it's going to be coming on, and I've got other things to do in the daytime. I gotta get my homework done. I'm going to church, get my homework done, so that'll be the way I end my evening. And okay, now I'm going to either put down a check box or a checklist. So let's see how I want to do this. I think I might put a check box down just for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then the rest of the days I want to use checklists. So let's put a check box on Wednesday. And let's put a check box on Friday. Let's just do it on those days because I do want the spread to stay nice and bright and open. I don't want it to get too crowded. And then I want to add one of the washi strips down here at the bottom, just to fill in that space. So let's see if I have one that's small enough to fit down there. So let's use this one, and I think there's another small one on here. It looks like it might be small enough. Yep. Bingo. All right. Okay. That is looking good. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to use this piece of washi that I pulled up, and I'm going to set it right here under my little main image over here in the corner. And I'm going to use some more of these full box checklists down the side to indicate some important things I need to do this week. So I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to put another strip of washi. Maybe I'll use this gray. put that here. And I'll put one more box. And I'm doing this because summer camp is getting ready to start. And I have lots of things I need to do to prepare for it. So I just need to have a running checklist down the side that will help me to remember some things I need to do. So let's find some headers to go there. I guess I should tell you my number one thing that I love about Game of Thrones. And my number one thing that I love about Game of Thrones is, how should I put this? It's like, I guess it's the drama of it, is a short way to put it, the drama. And what I mean by that is there are several different types of leaders on Game of Thrones. There are leaders who are there because they are standing up for the people. They are compassionate toward the people. They care about the people, and they're really working to make things right for the people. And then there are leaders who are evil, who just want to dominate and destroy people, and they want people to bow down to them, and they want to rule the world with an iron fist. And then there's some leaders in Game of Thrones who are serving the people for honor or for the name of their family, or because they were born into this lineage and it was just their calling to be a leader. And that is my number one thing that I love about Game of Thrones. Just examining the different types of people in positions of leadership on this show. It is so compelling and so interesting. So those are my top 5, and I cannot wait for Game of Thrones to come on. Do y'all hear me? I cannot wait. I'm gonna be sitting there with my popcorn ready to go. I'm gonna be sitting there with my popcorn ready to go. So I wanted to say something else about Game of Thrones, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I know what it was. Okay, so when, Game of Thrones comes on HBO. And if you know anything about HBO, it was very HBO-ish. The very first season was very, very HBO. And it almost, turned me off from watching it. But then I watched the second season, and it just got to be more drama and more action, and not so much of the, if you're an adult and you watch HBO before, you know what I'm talking about, the HBO-ness of it. But yeah, so it got better as the seasons progressed, and I'm so glad they kind of moved away from that. But I really love the fact that the show has just grown and expanded and become such a like a iconic TV show. And I'm really going to be sad when this season is over. And I felt this same way about Downton Abbey when it was over. Now, Downton Abbey is a different kind of show, but it's still that historical part that I really love. I love anything that's steeped in history. So when Downton Abbey was over, y'all, I almost cried. I almost cried. And they have this other show on it. Is it like Upstairs, Downstairs? It's not the same though. It's not the same. Yeah. So, all right, let me finish up here. But I am excited, and I hope that some of you are excited too. I hope that some of you are excited about watching Game of Thrones. But if not, I understand. Everybody's not into it like that. So, but let me know down below if you are. If you're a Game of Thrones person, let me know in the description, in the comment section below that you are, because I'm interested to know. Let me find one more little box, and then I think we're done here. I may end up having to use this red one, red glitter one, because I think I'm out of boxes. All right, I'm loving how this is looking, y'all. It's so Game of Thrones, and I love the color. I love the colors. I like the fact that it's still light and pastelish. Okay, let me make sure I don't want to add anything else. Oh, I have to put my date numbers in. Let me find my date numbers really quick. All right. I am loving it. I am loving this. This is very different from the style I'm using now with my Happy Planner stickers. You know, my Happy Planner stickers just leave things very kind of bright and airy and open. And this is a little bit more, a little bit darker. But I love it because it's celebrating one of my favorite shows, Game of Thrones. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you like Game of Thrones, don't forget to let me know down in the comment section. If you hate it, let me know, because some people just don't like it. They can't get into it, and I'm totally fine with it. Everybody likes different things. We can still be friends, right? We can still be planner friends, even if we like different shows. So if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any more videos I've got planned for you in the coming weeks. Thank you so much for joining me, Planner Babes. I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you grab your popcorn and get ready for Sunday night. And I hope your week is full of love and joy, and most of all, peace. See you next time.